Welcome back to
Up.
the last tournament of the 2021-2022 FedEx Cup season. Tour Championship. We're down to 30 dudes. It was an interesting week last week. Adam Scott and Thigala both had some pretty clutch action down the stretch to get in. And Patrick Cantlay he got one of the luckiest breaks ever on 17. Turned that into a birdie, and that was it.
Yeah, I mean he knows when to turn it on. He knows when to get himself going in the right times. And obviously he's got this format kind of honed in right now. The break was unbelievable. Zalatoris screwed us, although he wouldn't have won the matchup because Cantlay ended up winning. But I had a Cantlay-Zalatoris matchup that unfortunately didn't go too well. But my one and done turned out well. I was actually really right that Scotty was going to be the number one starter in this tournament. Unfortunately, he didn't win the event. But I still did really good in our one and done pool, so that's a positive on the year.
Yeah, Xander cost his buddy Cantlay 2 strokes this week. If he would have made that short birdie on 18, Cantlay would have been at 10 under, and Scotty would have been at 8. So good break for Scotty there. This is a weird event. We'll preface this with there are multiple ways to bet this. You can bet it with the starting strokes. I'm going to go ahead and pull those up here now.
I've done some research this week. I got some good tidbits.
So this is the starting strokes here. Scotty's at 10, 8, 7, 6, 5. You can bet with starting strokes, or you can just bet straight up score for the 4 rounds, not counting the starting strokes. I think there's maybe a bit of value in both. But I don't know what stats you have as far as what you're going to say, but I'm not going lower than 4, and I probably won't go lower than 6 in even considerations. I actually think I'm going to just get out in front. Scotty's going to just run away with this.
Well, this is good because I have a secret code that I'm going to give you later. If you actually think that's true, you have free money coming your way.
Scotty he's been the best player this season. He honestly is a bit of a front runner. He gets some open air, and he kind of just, can take advantage of it. I think Zalatoris WDing, not that, it makes a big difference, but there's only one guy within fucking 4 to start with. Now, I definitely think Xander's a threat. Honestly, I think Sam Burns is a bit of a threat if he can get the driver in play. But I don't know. I kind of think Scotty's just going to put the pedal down. I'm sure Cantlay will be close-ish, but I kind of think it's like the year DJ won when he started out in front, and it was Xander got kind of close, but DJ was never not winning.
Yeah, so this format's been in place. We've had 3 tournaments like this. The winner in 2019 was Rory, and he started at 5. The next 2 winners have both been at 10. So 5, 10, 10. Although winning below 5 would be something new, it's not necessarily out of the question because Rory's at 4, and I do think he has a chance to win.
I think Cam Smith is kind of sneaky, has a chance to win also.
So, but for research sakes, we're saying you got to be at 5 or higher, okay? Sam Burns could, but I don't think he's going to win.
I don't think his driver is straight enough for this golf course.
Right. Then you take out Will, and you now have Xander, Patrick, Scheffler. That's the only 3, right?
Yep.
Now listen to this. This is where the code has been cracked. I deserve all the money in the world. If you go to Bet Rivers, an enhanced double chance to win, Scotty Scheffler and Patrick Cantlay is plus 110. Scotty Scheffler plus Xander is plus 150. So no matter what, if you put the same amount on both bets, you will always win at least, I say it's $10. You will win at least $1, $5, or you'll get the same odds as what Scotty is to win the whole tournament outright because you'll hit both bets at Scotty plus 110, plus 150. And his outright number is like 225. So you're getting the exact same payout, but you're getting all 3 top guys instead of just.
So basically, Cantlay win is just okay, you broke even, get your money back, no harm, no foul.
You get your money back.
Xander win, you win a little bit.
Yeah.
Scotty win, it's like you bet him normally.
And it's as you bet him normally. So you're giving him your normal number with all three guys as insurance.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable bet. Everybody who has a Rivers account needs to go hit it.
I'm not even gonna wait. That's interesting. So Cantlay and Xander, in my opinion, even if they were like at 6 and 5, I think they're two of the bigger threats. Obviously, Cantlay's playing great. Cantlay has like 7 top 15s in his last 8.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Like kind of like sneaky, like nobody was really talking about him. And Xander's been great all year. Plus, Xander is like the East Lake assassin. Dude shows up every year and wins the winner without strokes every fucking year.
So the other one I wanted to mention during my research was that means you have Scotty winning. Say you're so confident that you bet that, like I just talked about, and you're good. Say you think Scotty's putter's not good enough. His putter was also shaky this week. We do not need to overlook that. It was still shaky all of Sunday. He pretty much didn't win because he couldn't make any birdie putts, and he missed a 2-footer on 18. A Cantlay Xander straight forecast is 40-1. So go for that, because if Cantlay's going to play like he plays, Xander is the horse of the course. There's a straight forecast right there at 40. That's pretty realistic with starting strokes.
Where do you see these bets at?
Rivers. I mean, you have to go to a straight forecast for that, and then the other one is enhanced offering.
I don't see that.
So if you just go to the normal bets, then you go over to enhanced offers. It's actually better odds because he's only 210 on enhanced offering. So you're getting more.
You're going to have to find it somewhere else. I don't know how to find it.
You're getting better odds and getting the 2 extra players who have the next 2 best odds to win the tournament, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I'm going to definitely bet shit out of that because I think Scotty's going to – I think he's going to take care of business. If I was going to bet one person, I would probably bet Xander. He is – I don't know. He's 650.
7 over here.
Okay, so 7-1. I think that's honestly pretty fair. He could make up most of that. Like if Scotty goes out and kind of shoots like even first day, Xander could make all that up right off the bat. So that's where I would go. I would take Xander at 7, and I don't know that I'd bet anybody else. I don't like any of the other guys down farther. Cam Smith at 20 is the other guy that I would consider.
No, I think the only other one would be Rory, but I'm not going to bet it. I would rather just bet the thing I was telling you about and put more.
I'd rather bet Cam Smith at 20 than Rory at 9.
Ooh, Cam Smith's 25 on Rivers.
25 is pretty good for a guy. I know the hip thing scares me a bit, but I also how much of that was really the hip? He's been playing fucking awesome. He's so good. He almost won the week before.
Do you think we get some conspiracy theories if he's like about to win and all of a sudden he gets like the worst break ever and they give him penalty strokes or something like that?
Somebody runs over his ball in the fairway and they're like, no, we didn't hit it.
Yes, that could happen. I got more information for you though.
Okay.
Of the top 10 finishers, okay, I listed out where their starting strokes were at. If they started at 3 or lower, okay, this is only the top 10 at the end of the tournament, top 10 finishers. 2019, there were 6 of them in the top 10 at 3 or lower. 2020, there were 6 of them again. And last year, there was 5 of them. So if you want
people that are starting farther down, finishing
starting at 3 or lower. And of that group, so 6, 6, and 5 is what? 17 people of the 30. Only 2 of them were 1 and 0. So they're all in the 2-3 range. 15 of the 17 are in the 2-3 range. So if you're looking for top 10 bets to add in there, pick guys you like out of the 2-3 range.
So let's take a look at the 2-3 range. So 3, I'm going to add it back in here. 3, obviously Rahm, JT, Cam Young, Fitz. There's some fucking hitters there. Yeah. And then 2
I really like Neiman.
What's Neiman's track record here? He was in probably last year, right? He's finished 28th and 29th in 2 starts.
Not great.
For me, it would be
good, though. Him or Hovland. Victor.
I like
Vic was like 6th last year, I think.
Fitzpatrick.
Okay.
This golf course sets up very nicely for him, and obviously any of the Rom, JT, Spieth group. Although
Yeah.
Spieth makes me a bit nervous. I don't know what Spieth's track record is here. He makes me a bit nervous, but
The one person out of the one group I think could get up there is Corey Connors. I think
I like Connors also.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good bet. The problem is this records show us that a 1 is difficult to get up in that range.
So what kind of odds are we working with on the top 10 here then?
They're not good, especially if your name's John Rahm.
Yeah. So Fitz is even money.
Yeah, so you got to kind of go down and pick some of these guys down below. That's why I was thinking Neiman. I don't know what he's listed there, but
what about
like 150?
I know Adam Scott's even par, and we just said that can't happen, but he's been playing like fan-fucking-tastic, and I think he has some pretty good track record here.
So Billy,
could he be the one guy that kind of bucks the trend a bit here?
Yeah, he could. Billy Horschel did it last year. He started at even. He finished T10. So
I just like the odds that we're getting on him.
Yeah.
It's 250 here. Because they're not giving us a whole lot, but Neiman 2-1 here, Spieth 2-1 here.
Yeah, those are good ones, right?
Those are better. Adam's got 410. I'll be betting that plus 410.
Sungjae's starting at 4, but I think he's going to be up at the top 2. I think he's in play for starting without starting strokes winner.
Look at this track record. Sungjae second, 12th, 15th.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy here, but okay. JT is probably the guy. Obviously, if you could find something that was bettable.
Yeah, so let's talk about the course real quick. It's an approach play course, long, narrow.
It's honestly a bit similar to last week in that, like, you got to be in the fairway. Like, the rough is so penalizing. It's just hard to make. You can't make birdies if you're not in the fairway because it's hard to get the ball close. So, like, hitting the fairway is important. Now, granted, a lot of guys are going to hit the fairway because you can take 3 woods off some of these holes, but it's still pretty long, 7,300 yards. But it's an iron play golf course. Yeah. And around the green. Some good chippers have place where guys who are good around the green can kind of take advantage. Plus, you're going to need some when you get in the rough off the tee. You're going to miss some greens.
So how do we feel about Morikawa ball striking his way into a top 10 from a 1 starting stroke?
I don't mind Morikawa either. Plus 210. He was playing great last week till he fucking went double 10 on the back 9. He was in the top 5, I think, headed into the final round, right? Top 10 for sure.
Yeah, he was way up there because he was 1 behind Scotty, and he was going to send me to my deathbed if he won the event.
He shot 1 over on the front on Sunday and then started the back par double 10. He chunked 2 in the water, which is fucking insane. Can you imagine Colin Morikawa chunking 2 balls in the water? But I don't mind him at plus 210 either. I'd like Scott a lot at 410.
Yeah.
His play has been super, super good. He has excellent finishes here. And he's a fucking sick iron player. So I like Morikawa. Who do you like better between Morikawa and Spieth? If you had to take, they're both similar here. Spieth was playing pretty well last week too, off and on.
What is Spieth at this course? Can you pull that up?
Yeah.
I'm leaning Spieth, tell you the truth.
24th last year. Yeah, he won at one point. Also a 2nd and a 7th. It's been kind of a mixed bag.
I think I would pick Spieth.
I like Spieth's short game, although his putter is still not very good, but it's not worse than Morikawa's. I like that. I like those things. So you're saying the 2-3 group, there's probably going to be like 2 or 3 guys.
Well, at minimum, if the trend continues, there's going to be 5 of them.
All right. So, and you figure Rahm and JT are probably like locks, and you can't really bet them at their number.
There's been at least 5 all 3 years. So say it goes down, it's still going to be 4.
Yeah.
I like Neiman. I think he'll be on my card. He's been playing so well.
What is his form like here? 13th and 8th, his last 2. It's very good. Fitz would be the guy for me, although his odds aren't very good, so maybe he won't be. But
Let's look at without starting strokes. I marked down Sung Jae as my choice.
I don't mind that. If I'm on Adam Scott to finish top 10, I don't mind Adam Scott at 22-1. He's been playing fucking good. He damn near won both of the last 2 weeks in the sense that he was like in the top 5.
Corey Connors at 28 is not bad value if you believe in Corey Connors' experience.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, I still think Cam Smith is sneaky at 20. He's Cam fucking Smith. He's been unbelievable. I think he's kind of getting like he had this hip thing and he's got the live stuff hanging over him. That didn't matter. The dude damn near won 2 weeks ago. So I would not be shocked if he's like in the hunt, shoots some stupid number on Thursday. It's like, fuck, Cam Smith. Cam Smith might cause the tour some serious problem. They might have to write him an $18 million check, and then he says,
"See ya."
He's out.
Yeah, he'd be rich in a couple of weeks. Golly.
Corey Connors, top 10 without strokes, plus 135, like that.
I think there's some interesting matchups too. I'm pretty excited about this week. I think that.
All right, let's look at some matchups then.
We're gonna make some money.
So, I like the Scotty math you did. I will probably just bet that and not bet anybody else because I do think Scotty's going to. I think the most likely thing is Scotty just kind of. I'm not saying he's going to blow everybody out by like 8, but he's going to be ahead by like 3, 4 the whole time. I think it's extremely similar to what DJ did. DJ was always ahead by 2, 3. Xander got kind of close, but it was never really in doubt. And I think that's going to kind of be what this is. And I think Xander and Cantlay are battling for second, similar to what Xander and JT were doing against DJ.
So is there a straight forecast that you're interested in with Scotty?
Let's see some.
Scheffler, Xander, 28. Scheffler, Rahm, 55.
What about Scheffler, Cam Smith?
So this is interesting because the people who have finished runner-up all 3 years, 2019 started at 4, 2020 started at 3, 2021 started at 6. So you can go down the board and pick someone like that.
I don't see the straight forecast. I cannot find those.
No.
Where? How are you finding them?
It's on Rivers Tour Championship. Just
under the futures or under the live now. What are we talking?
Yeah, futures, and then just go to the main board, more bets or whatever, and then jump over to enhanced offerings or straight forecasts. They're right next to each other. Go up. All the way. Now hit more bets right there on that first one. Yep. Right at the top.
Oh, fucking idiot.
There's your enhanced double chance right there. Those 2 top ones, individual bets. Boom, boom.
Yeah, lock me in for that shit. So where's the exact finish? Straight forecast.
Yeah, straight forecast right next to you. Although the history shows us that this is not going to be the top 2 guys or the top 3 guys. There's a little bit of wonkiness that happens.
They're not offering Scheffler's Cam Smith.
No. I don't mind. There's a lot of good ones on here, actually. Scheffler, Tony. Scheffler, Rahm at 55 is interesting.
Scheffler, Rory 33. I definitely don't hate that. Also, Scheffler, Xander at 28 is pretty.
The fact that Rory came back and finished tied with Rahm last week is absolute bullshit. Going down the stretch, birdie. He
birdied his last 3 holes, yeah.
Coming back. But I think both of those guys have a lot of momentum coming into this week.
Yeah, I like Rory a little bit more than I like Rahm, but I don't know. They're both playing super good.
Let's look at matchups.
All right.
First one that pops out, Sung Jae over Tony plus 100.
These are with strokes, correct?
Right. They're pretty much all matched up as strokes besides the Spieth Morikawa one. And I don't even know if that's even offered on here anymore. That's what it was earlier.
So let's look here.
Maybe that was Rivers. I don't know. But they're all the same. Besides, well, some of them are. I guess these must have changed a little bit.
Adam Scott -110 over Aaron Wise. Definitely like that. Although Wise has been playing very good, but
Yeah.
I prefer Adam Scott. He's been playing better.
Wise has been playing very good.
Aaron Wise made the Tour Championship 4 years ago. How did he do that? I guess maybe that was the year he won that, or whatever he won. I still like that though.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything else that was like really, really stood out on DraftKings.
The other one I have written down is KH Lee -110 over JT Poston. KH Lee continues to play really well. Ooh, that's actually been bet down to 125, so that's unfortunate. But I think that's a pretty good bet. That was -110 earlier.
Poston's been playing good too.
Yeah, he's been putting really well.
Poston is they're both a bit erratic, let's say.
Yeah.
So,
KH is just more of like a ball striker. It's just kind of what you want, you know?
Yes. Poston is very much putter or nothing.
Sungjae over Tony, that's going to be probably my main one, though. I think that's a good bet. Even money on a guy who I think could potentially finish up there in the top 3. I think he's a top 5 for sure.
What about Homa over Spieth? Homa +110.
Are they the same?
Do we think Homa's just happy to be here, or he's been playing fine? I mean, 23rd last week.
I wouldn't do that, but I've been. My matchups were bad last week, so maybe I should be fading myself.
Spieth is just like, he makes me nervous at all times.
Yep. Especially when
he could fucking win. It wouldn't surprise me if he like won without strokes, and then it also wouldn't surprise me if he finished dead last. Like, the dude could just go anyway. I don't know. He's so weird.
Do we have a break in the schedule after this?
I believe that is the case. I will look. Because actually, I don't think we have a break. No, I don't think we have a break. I think the next year's schedule starts right away. But then obviously there's President's Cup. Nope, there is a break. September 15th is the first Fortinet. So a couple weeks.
Oh, so we got 2 weekends off.
Yeah. Then Fortinet, and then President's Cup, and then all the shitty fall tournaments.
Okay. So do you like any, I guess, what are some placing? Or what is the matchup that you like? I said you said you like the
I like Scott over Wise -110.
Yeah, Scott over Wise. And I had Sungjae over Tony. And then I think I would go with, I gotta pick Neiman +190 is a top 10 with strokes. I like that. And then I like my enhanced offerings, pair those two together, like I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. If I'm not doing that, I'm betting Xander and hoping that he kind of gets the monkey off his back here. He's been second, a few times, and he actually won without strokes a couple times. So,
yeah, 2019 he got second, 2020 he got second, and then 2021 he was like 5th. But that was last year when Cantlay ran away.
I think, didn't Rahm win last year? Rahm won without strokes.
Cantlay won, yeah.
But Cantlay won the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So without strokes, Xander has gone second, first, third. According to this. That's very good. Without strokes, I think he's like 9-1 or something like that. Though.
Yeah, I mean, it just fits his style, right? I mean, why would
you have to be good at everything to do well here, and he's fucking awesome at everything. He doesn't really have any weaknesses. And most of these guys don't, but he is particularly very, very solid. He doesn't have Morikawa doesn't chip it well or putt it that well. Scotty's putter's not been great. Rahm's putter has not been great lately. JT can get a bit finicky with the putter, but Xander's pretty much baseline of gaining strokes everywhere. It's pretty impressive, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, Cantlay is kind of the same way, unfortunately.
Yeah, Cantlay is a kind of a fucking machine as well. I was looking at some of his stats today. His like tee to green number was like 4th over the last 20 rounds, and then his putting was also like 5th or something stupid. It's like, all right, well, you're gonna fucking do awesome if you do that.
So I did a par 4 450 to 500, which is like I think there's like 5 or 6 of them at this course. It's kind of, the course is kind of built around long par 4s, kind of like where the length is. And it was very similar names we've been talking: Sungjae, Cantlay, Rahm, Rory, Tony. So it's just all those guys that and
good mid long iron players.
Yeah, that you'd think that would play that way. What about Bermuda putters? They're in Atlanta.
I'm down with some Bermuda putters. That's why I like Fitzpatrick a bit.
Burns.
That's why I think Burns has an outside shot at like going kind of crazy. His driver, though, I don't know. You've got to be in the fairway here to be able to take advantage, and he does not hit a lot of fairways sometimes. And the problem is he could hit a lot of fairways for 3 rounds and not for 1 round and shoot fucking 75, like he did at the Players when his driver just went squirrely and he couldn't score.
So, what are these Bermuda rounds? Why is Sepp Straka number 1 in Bermuda putting? Was that
because he gained like $1 million at St. Jude, I think.
Yeah, that must have been it. I'm not betting Sepp Straka.
I've seen some people on him this week. I don't know quite their rationale other than it's like, all right, he's a Georgia guy playing in Georgia and good Bermuda putter. But
last 12 rounds, KH Lee, 2nd in 3-putt avoidance and 3rd in fairway gained. So if you think the ball striking's there, those are 2 things that could really push him up the leaderboard if he plays well again. I like KH Lee in that matchup over Poston.
I like the baseline of like he's going to be playing from the fairway.
Yeah.
Like that's a good place to start at this golf course is playing from the fairway where Poston is. I don't know. What does his fairway numbers look like? Because he doesn't hit it far, so you would hope he'd hit some fairways, but I don't really know that
he's 29th in the last 12.
Well, 29th out of 30. That ain't very fucking good.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, there's only 30 people.
Yeah.
So he's towards the bottom.
Yeah.
He is literally at the bottom.
Yeah.
In my model for the week, I think he was 28th and Spieth was 30th, so that tells you anything.
Poston is 1st in putting over the last 24 rounds. I mean, he's obviously a sick putter. Sungjae is 2nd in putting over the last 24 rounds. I can see why you're liking him. He's been playing fucking great for a couple months.
Been unbelievable. He's been so good.
I'm gonna have to find me a Sungjae bet. Maybe it's without strokes.
One Sungjae bet I commented on Twitter last week is that they're hanging like a 45 for the Masters on him. And that's an interesting future in a place where futures are kind of dead. Like they kind of broke it to where like there's so much golf betting that they stuffed
everybody down.
Right. And that's not bad on a guy who just competes and he's going to blow up. Sungjae is going to be an absolute super stud someday. So he's got all the makings. I think that, he could win a Masters for sure.
Yeah. I mean, he finished 2nd in that fall Masters.
Mm-hmm.
Not that's not proven to be super corollary for everybody, but like Zalatoris and Cam Smith.
I think he was one of those guys that got like a lucky break on the weather, right? And he came out and was like, was that just only Decky? I think he was in that group, but I can't remember. They took that break.
I don't hate that. That's not terrible. I'll look right now and see what he is on DraftKings. 50.
Oh, see, that's even better. That's a pretty good number. That number is
a fair number.
Like has potential to be at like 20 when it comes down to it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, in some of these fall events down south, he could fucking win one of these. I mean, easily. So, I mean, Tiger Woods is 40.
He's way more likely to win than Tiger.
Way more.
Yeah.
Bryson is 28. Bryson's not winning the Masters. Fuck out of here. Zalatoris at 25. That's bettable as well, in my personal opinion, because that could be like 14 when we roll around.
Do we
Xander at 22? Like Xander's not going to be at 22 Thursday Masters week.
Probably not. So Rivers does not have a margin up, but
Let's see
I
here.
think,
DraftKings probably should.
or I think that's what I meant. DraftKings doesn't, but Rivers does.
Okay.
What do you think you would do if you did a margin this week?
I would go.
Because the
I'd
numbers
probably
are
stick.
all, but then
What's
the
what's
odds
one?
are all messed up. So it's like you could
What's
count
1 and 2?
3 and 4.
I would do 1 and 2. I think Xander and Cantlay can push him.
2 strokes, 3 strokes is 400, and then 550. So there's some value there if you think that it could finish in that 3 and under range. You can honestly bet all 3 if you really wanted to.
Yeah, you could bet all 3. I'd probably stick with 1 and 2 because I think Xander and Cantlay are playing good enough to push him. And coming down the stretch, like it can go from 4 to 2 pretty easy. So
I'll do that. I'll throw those in there.
I love the math bet that you did because it's basically like you're almost guaranteed that one of those 3 is going to win. I mean, what are the odds that somebody what would you put the odds that one of Cantlay, Scheffler, and Xander don't win? Like if you had to place a line on the field or those 3.
I don't know. I mean,
they have that out there. I've looked at the odds, but like, what % chance do you give that happening?
You're pretty much betting that Burns, Cam, or Rory wins.
Well, no, I'm saying like, I love that bet because I think there's like a 4% chance that somebody else wins. I think one of those 3 win like 90% of the time.
The field, you'd have to bet the field at like probably some like maybe 5 to 1.
Yeah, they're minus 250. Those 3 triple chance.
Oh, so that's pretty close. Yeah, that's not bad.
Verstappen to win and that triple chance is plus 160.
Verstappen to win, and then one of those 3 to win.
Yeah.
I would just do the other one I was talking about because then if Scotty wins, the double, yeah.
Yeah. I like that better, but and Verstappen is like one fucking bullshit thing on the track from a blown tire or something.
Well, we saw some reports today that Ricardo's talking to possibly Haas about switching over. So that it is interesting. I'll be interested to see like what his
seat's he gonna take. K-Mag?
No, Schumacher, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but Schumacher has the name. They can't fucking dump him.
Yeah, he absolutely blows.
Yeah, he's not good.
He blows.
All right. Well, for me, it's those bets that you talked about big time, and then I like Adam Scott and it's one of the other for sure going to find 1 or 2 of the guys in the 3 and 2 range to bet top 10s. Potentially, I actually saw JT at like minus 110. I think that might be bettable.
Top 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's minus 110, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely bettable based on what I told you. I mean, he's most in his course history.
He's never not finished in the top 10 here.
Yeah, so put that on my card. I'm gonna write that down right now. Plus
minus 115 is is FanDuel. I don't know what it is on Rivers.
I'll look on Rivers right now so I can make that known which ones I'm going to take.
He is minus 145 on DraftKings.
Minus 120. So on
minus 115.
Yep.
He's never not finished in the top 10. Playing fine.
Neiman was plus 190. I'm adding that, and then I'm adding a Sungjae top 5.
I think you can get Neiman higher than that.
Really?
Yeah, he's 2 to 1 on FanDuel.
What about Sungjae top 5?
With starting strokes?
Yeah.
320.
Add that too. Love it. Okay.
F1, Belgium. I don't know anything about Belgium.
I'm gonna look up the
Max is minus 115. That's the lowest it's been in a while. And Leclerc's plus 350, that's the highest it's been in a while. They've been pretty much like 120 and 2-1 or less for Leclerc all season. I think maybe the last couple of races broke that a bit.
Yeah, they're catching on that you can't just put Max up there with.
They're like Leclerc is pretty unreliable at this point. So
yeah, I agree. I don't want to touch it because I was on the train of just bet Max and move on, but it obviously would have paid off. I'm trying to look at the schedule, but it's not loading. We don't have any
races.
These
parlays are still fun that they have on here.
We have 3 races. I think we have a break, and then we have another pack of races. So we got some action coming up, and then we also have the Austin race coming up in the U.S., which will be fun. And there's honestly not that many left. Like once we get into winter, the F1 season ends. So, and Austin historically has kind of like shown who's going to win the championship a lot of the years, or at least like in that window.
If Max wins this week and does well, like leading into that, and he wins that, it's probably a wrap.
Yeah. So we'll kind of figure out some stuff, and it'll be more so like, can Mercedes try to catch Ferrari? Are there odds on that?
Maybe in the futures. F1 futures. No, they just have championship.
Okay.
Max is minus 1,200 to win the championship. Do you remember when he was like minus 160 and we're like, you should bet that?
Yeah, that's
and I didn't fucking bet it.
Yeah.
Now he's minus 1,200 and clearly going to win. And Red Bull was the same. One of us was on Red Bull. One of us was on Red Bull's minus 1,000. So
that's what I said. Red Bull, you have that they're 100% going to win, and then it's like now it's all going downhill.
Yeah, fuck that up.
Race is at 8 a.m. on Sunday Central Time. Qualifying is at 9, so we got not bad times.
Yeah, those aren't too bad. And the Netherlands should be about the same next week, or in the same general region of the world.
Yeah, I'm not a geography guy, but yeah, same exact thing. Besides qualifying, it's at 8 instead of 9, but yeah. So after Italy, so we have 3 weeks in a row. We take a break, and then we go Singapore, Japan, Texas.
Max will have it wrapped up before we get to Texas, in my opinion.
And then it's Mexico, Brazil, Abu Dhabi, but more likely those are going to be meaningless.
There may be some constructor stuff, but I think Max is going to have it wrapped up, and Red Bull's probably going to have it wrapped up. It'll be fight for second. I do think Mercedes has a pretty good chance. I can't remember. What are the standings look like? They're like pretty damn close, correct?
Yeah, I think they could do it. They are 30 points behind them right now, and Red Bull's a billion points ahead of everybody else. And the Mercedes is also like 205 points away from Alpine. So it's really going to be McLaren trying to fight for 4, and then Mercedes trying to fight for 2. That's kind of the.
So another thing will be interesting is, so Leclerc's second in points with 178. Hamilton is 6th with 146. There's only 32 points separating second and 6th.
Yeah, that's
and it's
good.
all of the top guys besides Verstappen. That will be interesting to see where the pecking order finishes. Like, there's a chance George Russell could finish second in points his first year Mercedes. That would be like unfucking believable. So, I think Leclerc probably will. His car is fast, and he's pissed it away. He should be right there with Verstappen, and he's not. He'll probably have, in theory, a bit better luck at some point. But
yeah, the problem with George Russell betting, I do think you're right, but betting George Russell right now is that Lewis is going to get better as the car gets better.
Lewis has been beating him too the last handful of weeks.
So you got to be careful. Like if you're going to bet a Mercedes, I would suggest betting a Lewis win if you're going to bet one.
Yeah, they are going to win one, I think, at some point here.
Yeah, they will.
So, all right. Well, we'll see. We'll be off for a bit here, but hopefully Scotty just takes care of business and all of our top 10s come through.
I cracked the code. So if you're watching this, go bet those bets if you have a Rivers account.
The code has been cracked.
Please join me because I'm going to be celebrating on Sunday.
All right. Peace out.
See ya.